This podcast is rated S for sexy and contains mature themes, explicit sexual content, and some freaky ass shit. So if your trigger warning list is longer than the schlongs in these books, protect your innocent ears from the salacious musings of this red hot pod. But if you're a pervy peach like us with one hand on your Kindle and the other between your folds, strap on, in, for the unhinged book club ride of your wet dreams.
This is Between the Folds.
Oh, and there's definitely going to be spoilers. Don't say we didn't warn you. As for the rest of you freaky little strumpets, let's get into it.
Welcome to the club, a leper seat between the folds where the kings all meet. Welcome to the club, let's slip right through between the folds where literature is blue.
Hi, friends. It's Lusty Lieutenant Lindsay, your commander in literature for the week, and I am here with the lovely, the incomparable,
Minister of Moisture, Elisa,
and proud founder of the juiciest lube on the market, Wetter is Better, coming to a sex shop near you. Also, we have our gorgeous, magical
janitor of Joyful Orifices, Jess.
She's going to put it in way too deep while giving you way too much eye contact.
and today, Lindsay's going to give us an overview, and remember, we listen and we don't judge.
Except for when we do. This week's erotic adventure is Of Monsters and Mazes by Leanne Bell. Let me tell you about this book. Monsters and Mazes is a dark reverse harem retelling of The Labyrinth, apparently, which was a movie I probably should have watched before I read this book because I think it would have given me a lot more context. So if you're listening now, now's your chance to make your choice. Either way, our story begins in the modern hellscape of tech bros and dating apps until we are quickly thrust into the literal hellscape, aka Tartarus, a land of mostly devils who turn out to be incredibly helpful evil spirit guides and enthusiastic fuck buddies. So here in Tartarus, the King of Devils brings an annual female tribute from the human world to die in a labyrinth for his personal pleasure. And our main girl, Sela, I don't know.
Salah.
Sela, aka Butterfly, is this year's tribute. She's a mid-30s tech exec, which we love, mid-30s, yes please, whose best friend is a cat named Pumpkin. She is crushing it at work, but SOL in love. She gets catfished on the apps by Jericho, King of Devils, and future hubs. Then there's Theron the Nightmare, Dreamweaver, and Jericho's soul bonded and classic tsundere. Am I right? We've got Alessi, the Tumessian fox, charming, crafty, and the jilted lover of our Dreamweaver. And of course, Rai, the minotaur, master of the maze, sex pet to Jericho, who is also his stepdad. Heyo. Oh, and we can't forget there's some bonus cannibals called Kronos and Hansi Centimane. What a plot, am I right? So our drama begins when Pumpkin, Sela's beloved cat, is catnapped and held hostage by Jericho. If she ever wants to see his fluffy face again, she needs to taste the Tartarus rainbow and make her way through the labyrinth to the king's castle before the clock runs out. On the way, she accumulates a harem of angels and devils and uncovers all of her kinky desires. I mean, what's sexier than getting nailed while getting nailed? Am I right? Our tropes and kinks, we've got enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, lovers to enemies to lovers, breath play, blood play, dom sub, dub con, reverse harem, morally gray, hostage situation, and even more, if you can imagine. So I would say if this book was a cocktail, I would call it a spicy Bloody Mary, emphasis on the blood. Let's get into it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you even say after that? Am I right?
I don't even know. I'm also going to be real. I almost finished the book.
I can't wait to find out what you didn't love. Leanne Bell was the first author or first real dark romance that I'd ever read. It was the book that is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. And this is the book that taught me how to that I should probably read trigger warnings. And I was just like, oh, this doesn't seem consensual. I mean, I'm interested though. Should I feel bad about that? What's happening here? And then I was like, oh, this is why trigger warnings and content warnings exist. I ended up loving that book. And then I read this one, and The Labyrinth was my sexual awakening growing up. I was real intrigued with what David Bowie was packing underneath those tights as Jareth in the movie The Labyrinth. I was just like, what is happening? It was very intrigued by that. And so I think it's only fitting that this was my first dark romance book because I was intrigued.
I was obsessed with Labyrinth as a kid. Like, I watched it 8 million times. I could tell you pretty much everything about it when I was younger. Can't anymore because I don't remember and retain that shit, but whatever.
Well, did you read? If you would have finished the book, you would have got the gist. You know.
I mean, I got 85%. I don't know if it was the book because it's really well written. Everything is described really well. I don't know whether it's just the world around me or perimenopause is making my focus really hard because that's a fucking thing lately. But I just struggled to finish. And I was like... And anybody who's ever struggled to finish, it's really awful. And so I was like, okay,
It's terrible.
You're gonna
Sometimes
read a
you just
chapter.
give up.
I even downloaded the audiobook and like started again because I was like, okay. And that was actually really helpful. I think hearing this book. So I'm not a big audiobook person, but I actually think listening to this book is a little bit better than reading it for whatever reason. But some of the dialogue, I just couldn't. It's just not me. And so that was really like struggle bus.
Oh, God, some of the dialogue I loved in this book.
There's some funny things, like there was a Star Wars reference, and I was like, oh, well, okay.
This is a total side thing, but I was on a Zoom call with one of my friends the other day with my friend, and Allie Hazelwood got her start doing Star Wars fanfic.
Oh,
Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
Yes. So she's going to send me like some of those titles, but I thought that was fascinating.
You made that sound like Allie Hazelwood was going to send him to you, and I was going to be like, how the fuck do you know Allie Hazelwood? I know you know a lot of people, Jess, but how?
I don't really care for Star Wars personally, but I do care for Allie Hazelwood. So I would for you, Allie, I would read your Star Wars fanfic, even though I don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Star Wars is great.
Yeah, I loved Star Wars, especially when I was a kid.
I couldn't bother to pay attention.
This is why she'd never seen Labyrinth either. My husband calls it the education of Lindsay. And he has a list of movies that we make her watch. And Labyrinth, luckily, was one of them.
David Bowie has great energy, just generally speaking, like through the ages. I think he's a timeless sex symbol. So I can absolutely see why Jess would have been captivated by him in her early years. And I do think it would be helpful to have watched the movie before you see this book, because when I was reading the book, I was like, oh, it's just like Greek mythology. You got a minotaur and you got a maze. But I see that no, it is very specifically about the movie Labyrinth, which is, I think, kind of fun. And Leanne Bell must have also had a similar sexual awakening with David Bowie in her young years. I don't know. Maybe that inspired her to write this book. So
I'm assuming David Bowie is Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
yes. I will say this isn't my favorite of Leanne Bell's books, but I'll read any of her books because
Same. I've read other of her books and they're great. And then
Which one's your favorite?
Stalking Cinderella is my favorite.
I
fucking
read
love that
one.
one.
It's a
Really?
great book.
Yeah, that's that's for sure my number one.
Was it The Corn on the Cob?
You know, I did like the corn on the cob scene.
I mean,
I
I've
like
been
the corn on the cob
intrigued.
scene. There's the exhibitionism in
Yes,
in that
scene
book,
is
that
amazing.
scene I think is really good. And I'm discovering about myself that I think I'm into like inappropriate familial relationships.
We wanted to talk to you about this, Lindsay.
I think it's a thing that I'm into because this keeps coming up for me. So if we want to talk about
Wait. Let's clarify. Are you in it to read about it, or is there a family member that you have been like, maybe?
if there was, I'm definitely not bringing it up on this podcast.
Okay, well, I'm going to out myself here. So little Elisa, who was 4 years old, was madly in love with her cousin, her second cousin. His name was
Oh,
Ricky.
second cousin, that's fine.
He was a redhead, and it started my long obsession with gingers. And he played soccer, and so I was 4, and I was like, well, now I have to play soccer. And then I did go on to play soccer for a very long time. And but yeah, Ricky.
Yeah,
Loved you.
I had a crush on a second cousin and a crush on a third cousin, but it was like a third cousin that was like not even in. It was like on a married side. So does that really even count as a?
No,
I don't even understand how cousins work. I don't even know what a second cousin
very
is.
complicated.
It doesn't
No
make any
bloodline.
sense to me.
But I don't understand.
Oh,
I
is it your
understand what a
cousin's cousin or is it like your
No.
parents' cousin?
So think about your uncle
Mm-hmm.
has a child.
Uh-huh.
That's your first cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And then that cousin has a baby.
Oh.
That baby is your second cousin.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And then so is like what's a first cousin once removed? Is that because I thought a second?
That is a second cousin.
A second cousin and a first cousin once removed are the same thing.
Yep.
I just never bothered to worry about these
I
things.
just call them all cousins.
Well,
And-
when you're trying to get with your cousin, it's really important to know how many cousins removed they are.
yes, well, I just let it be. I just let it be a crush and didn't do anything about it.
Anyway,
This
so
podcast is so educational.
You're
Like
welcome.
when you're trying to get with your cousins.
you know,
This
you
is
want to
how you do
know.
it.
I heard it's also okay if you're twins. It cancels each other out. Game of Thrones taught me that. Your face was amazing.
Jamie and Cersei, yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that too. So that's what I'm saying. This is what I've learned about
You're
myself.
just really into two hot people.
I'm into, yeah, I mean, I don't
Labels
know.
are irrelevant.
We'll see.
Love is love.
Because if we want to talk about our favorite sex scenes in this, my favorite one was the one with Rye and Jericho. And Jericho is Rye's stepdad. Again, I'm like, this is what I'm saying. This is how I'm discovering this about myself. All my favorite scenes. And Stalking Cinderella, it's her stepbrother. I don't know. I'm just saying that I'm into reading about it. That's all I have to say. I'm done.
Well, I think that is
Well, not incest, but, this sort of like questionable. We're going to cut this.
absolutely not.
Two,
I've gotten too far. I haven't slept.
let's say, two consenting adults.
Yes.
There we go.
Two consenting adults. Yeah. These people are all consenting adults. Maybe I'm gonna let this go now. I've said too much already. I never had a crush on any of my cousins or any of my relatives, but I do like this apparently in my literature. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
I had a really hard time with the dialogue. There's a lot of red flags that come up and you're like, ew. And like the way Jericho talks to her and even in the opening of the book, it's so creepy. And I'm like, how did this woman who's supposed to be in her mid-30s like really not go
I loved
fuck
it.
up? I hated it.
I loved it. Actually, because I think I didn't even see the first couple lines of their dialogue as creepy, honestly. But then when it did start, the first lines that I love is she says to him, "Are you trying to suffocate me with that red flag or gag me with it?" Like she's in on it. She knows. And I don't know. I loved it. I loved their banter.
I'm going to say the line that came after that I thought was funny, which was, "Are you trying to suffocate with me with that red flag or gag me with it?" And he says, "We can try both and see which one makes you come first." I thought that was a really good line.
Yeah.
But
I would go on a date with that guy. I would make sure my best friend knew where I was. But
We'll share my
I would put an
location.
air tag on me, but
I would not. I would be like, I'd laugh. But all of his other lines, I just was like, oh no, you just stop engaging. And I think what I felt, especially in that opening scene, is that she was like, I'm going to teach this guy. And she just kept engaging. And I think that bothered me. And I also think that the world outside right now is such a confounding place to be if you can think and reason and have critical thinking skills.
for context, it's Sunday, January 25th, 2026, and shit is going down in Minneapolis.
I'm sensitive to that kind of like, no, I'm not going to convince you of anything. I'm not going to explain to you. I'm not going to do the patient kind thing anymore. I'm fucking done. I just don't want to engage. And so when I was reading it, because I reread it, because I read like half of the book and then I went back and reread again because I was like, I'm not retaining this. So I went back and was listening to the first part of it and I was like, I would have just been done. I would have said, boop, boop, bye-bye. And I don't know why she was so intrigued by this, like somebody who's funny, because he is funny, but also like red flags and being really aggressive. And I just was like, I'm done.
We're reading these books to escape what is currently going on. And so if you find yourself not interested in certain genres that you have been, that usually is your escape, I just think that's important to pay attention to. And there's lots of other books out there that
I read 18 of them.
Yeah, heard that.
I just couldn't. I couldn't with this.
How many books did you read last year?
I haven't done the like. I read on my Kindle, and my Kindle told me I read like I don't know 88 books, but I also not all the books I read are on Kindle, and so I'm not tracking them anywhere.
I read 155. I track mine on
Good for
Goodreads.
you.
But it feels like you and I have a similar reading pace. So
Yeah. it just depends. I'm telling you, I think that perimenopause is fucking with my focus pretty hard.
It does that.
Some days I'm like, nope, can't focus for the life of me.
Yes.
Could also be overwhelmed. Who fucking knows?
All of the above.
Yep. I mean, like I said, I think the writing was really great. It kept me engaged. There's no grammar errors. I'm so tired of reading new authors and their fucking grammar sucks. And so she's a great writer.
I think she writes fun banter. I think Leanne Bell's really creative. Her stuff's really it's dark and fucked up, which I also like.
Yep.
But I think her characters are fun. I liked Sela.
Yes.
Salah. Let's do that. Salah.
I liked her. I thought she was fun.
She was strong and direct.
Yeah.
That's what I usually
Except
love
she
about
needed to be
hers.
rescued every 5 fucking minutes.
Well, she's in a murder labyrinth.
Totally.
She's in a murder labyrinth. She's like going through the layers of hell.
Okay, but like halfway through when Theron comes back and they're getting ready to go into the orange sector, I don't remember what was happening exactly, but I'm super strong. And then she's essentially like, my captors, I kind of like them. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, that's what this book is about too, though.
Yes. It's Stockholm syndrome also.
Yeah,
She
that's
gets
what I kept
kidnapped
thinking.
and then
I
she
was
falls
like-
in love with her
she's
cat.
like, oh, you're really handsome. And that's how you fall in love with your second cousin, okay?
Leanne Bell also does a lot of blood play in her books. In this, there's a lot of like torture porn, maybe one might call it, perhaps.
A lot, yeah.
Which I don't mind. And Stalking Cinderella, my favorite of her tomes. I think they like kill somebody and then they like fuck on his body.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, this is my other favorite sex scene is after the cannibals. So the cannibals kidnap our main squeeze, try to take her away, and then Rye saves her, and then they fuck on the dead cannibal bodies and use the blood as lube. And I was like, oh, woo, all right. That was my second favorite scene. I read it a few times. I did a reread on that.
One of my favorite scenes was the initial meetup with Theron with the knife play, where it's this very violent fantasy that she has.
Where he's like stabbing the nails into her body?
Yes.
He's like nailing her
you
to
like that one.
the bed.
Well, I just remember, like, particularly the first time. I will take this back to the Labyrinth, actually, when I was a kid. I'm trying to think, as I was probably 10, 12. I remember watching that movie and being like, that old man looks weird. He's got a wig and he looks like a lady, and I don't like that. I'm not supposed to like that, but I'm feeling warm in places that I don't usually feel warm. Something also feels good about this, and I find myself intrigued, and then I just was so obsessed with this as I got older. I just think it's funny, and that's how I felt about that chapter with Theron, because I'm not somebody who's into pain, and I was reading that, and I was kind of like wanting to be horrified, but then again, I was feeling warm in places, and I was just like, maybe I'm not. I enjoyed it.
That's her first introduction to Theron. He's like getting into her dreams, and he's dream nailing her and life nailing her.
And I love her like thinking about these things. One of my other favorite lines from this is her saying, was I allowed to want that without losing my credibility? I just think that as women, we're not supposed to have certain conversations. We're not supposed to like certain things. And that there's one avenue for that just as a woman, right? And then as a feminist, am I allowed to want these relationships where maybe I'm more taken care of, or am I not going to be seen as strong? And I just think that's something that just because we need support every once in a while, just because there are people, men and women, that surround us and help us like get better, that doesn't mean that we're not strong, or it doesn't mean we're not doing things on our own, because we can surround ourselves with support, but we're still the ones that have to take certain steps to get us out of situations that we want or don't want in our lives.
Did you have any rereadable scenes? I'm going to guess you didn't, Elisa.
Oh, no, I did. I liked the vibrator cry orgasm scene, mainly because there was a cry orgasm into that.
Which represent...
I also thought it was funny because he's like, I would have just chosen to be bled out. And she's like, no. But I thought that was good. I liked the scene with Alessi. Like, they had good chemistry.
Yes, I liked Alessi.
Oh yeah, I liked Alessi too. He was definitely my like favorite of her her
Captors.
suitors, her captors. Yes,
Captors.
I
Although
thought
he's not really a captor.
He wasn't
but-
really a captor. He's also kind of trapped there. I thought he was really charming.
One of my favorite scenes too was the last couple of scenes. There was one with her when they're all together. This is like the last chapter or something. And the first scene is her and Jericho and Ray on the throne. and then Theron and Alessi in a different room. There was something about specifically, especially when it was Jericho, Ray, and her on the throne, and like she was on Ray, like straddling him, and then Jericho was behind her, like kind of lifting to help her do the motion. And I was just like, I don't know, there was something I've loved about that. That has been reread a lot.
Yeah.
And also, so the Tumessian fox is a character from Greek mythology. He's like this uncatchable fox. So she did, even though it was like a labyrinth retelling, Leanne Bell also did bring in a lot of different elements from Greek mythology into the story, which I thought was really fun. I do like different Greek mythology retellings. I've read a lot of different ones in the smutty fantasy world.
This is kind of like a left turn, kind of bringing us back to what you were talking about earlier, Lisa. Like, what books are you finding yourself gravitate more towards that you are finding enjoyable, that are helping you when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed by brain fog, stuff going on in the world,
I think
etc.?
right now, lighter stuff I find myself gravitating towards. So Emily Antoinette right now and Trelina Pucci are my great escapes at the moment. And also I want to be her BFF so bad because she's so funny.
My feelings aren't hurt by that at all. Thanks.
Yeah, no. I'm
No,
gonna
she's really,
Whoppa!
she's incredibly charming. We would all be so lucky.
Oh my God, if she was a member of our group, we would be unstoppable because she's fucking hysterical. And she's also like, well, I don't know who she is because I haven't met her, but like on her social media, she's like very much like a no bullshit human, which I identify. So anyway, I'm finding stories that are lighter, easier to read. I think I'm a little trigger happy about questionable content or like even consent right now. I think reading books that are questionable consent are probably not going to be for me right now, just because I feel like I'm being fucking taken advantage of in my spirit. And so I think I'm just like, nope, I want no part of this. And so then I'm just like, shut it down.
That would make sense why Leanne Bell would not be for you right now then.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Which is sad. I mean, I think she's a great writer. I think I am just having a moment in time where I'm like, nope.
It's funny because I'm having a little bit of the opposite in that I have been more gravitating towards more like fantasy, like driven by women, people like coming together to overcome something. Because I think that's my way of coping, right? And if there's smut, spice in it, great. If it's done well. My biggest pet peeve in a story when I'm reading it for the story is when people just throw in a bunch of sex in it because they're like, oh, it has to have this. I want to read stuff where like people are overcoming, they're coming together, and there is some kind of happy ending because that's what it feels like we're in the thick of right now, not seeing a lot of. Like, I'm like, how often are we going to have to keep watching this or participate in this and continue going and bring each other up before America self-regulates again?
Well, and Minnesota can't be the only one, right? Like, how do all of us come together? And what is that crystallizing moment? And hopefully it's not violent.
Any more violent than it already has been?
Well, it's not violent on this end. And what I mean by this end is essentially all the people who are fighting for peace and unity and the Constitution. I mean, I think I agree with you. I think most novels right now or books are not being written of coming together without a lot of strife. And we're living in the strife. I don't need to read a fucking book to live in a dystopian novel. I'm living it.
Maybe I like these kind of dark, fucked up, dubious consent type books, and I don't mind them right now. And I think maybe I just feel like it's my choice versus the things that are happening in the world that are not my choice or my choice being taken away from me. But this is, I get to choose to step into that space and kind of maybe reclaim it in a way that is satisfying for me. So I don't mind it right now.
I don't know why my brain was like, you know what? Mass orgasms. That's the way to do it.
Okay, do you
Probably
remember?
do a lot.
So I'm here to vanquish evil with the power of smut.
We're here to vanquish incels.
Yes.
Yeah,
Power
right.
of smut.
Are,
Absolutely appropriate.
and that, my friends, is revolutionary.
Anywho.
Any scenes that were particularly cringy? Any that you were like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
As I mentioned in the beginning, was not my favorite. And I pulled
You're not
this.
vibing with Jericho.
Not vibing with Jericho. And her. I think I had a bigger issue with her where she was like, oh, but I'm interested. And so this is a quote. This was dangerous, controlling, and one red flag after another. But then, what if it wasn't? Right now, this was just flirting and banter, feeling out each other's fantasies, interests, and wasn't inherently wrong. And he'd given me enough glimpses of emotional intelligence to think he wouldn't respond badly if I shut him down. I was falling into some narcissistic mind game. I was smarter than that. It's not like I was so simple that good dick would keep me in a bad relationship anymore. He could be a safe place to live out a fantasy. I always wanted to try. And if he wasn't, I didn't have to see him again.
I was like, this seems like she's doing a little back and forth.
Yes.
She's, but maybe not. Oh, but yeah,
I love that she's
I was tracking with her.
bouncing back and forth, but then at the end, why?
Yeah, I've been her.
I have not been her. And I think maybe that's why I have a problem with it, because I would have been like, nope, don't need to experience that shit in my life. I'm so clear about that maybe that's why I had a problem.
Yeah, I think maybe Sila was not for you. She's not the FMC for you.
No.
And I think that's okay.
There are a lot of FMCs that are not for me. I am starting to realize, I'm so sorry. Why am I so negative today? What is happening? I don't feel negative. But everything I'm saying is negative. I need to recalibrate. Can I have a grape?
Let me help you with this grape.
Yes, thank you.
There you go. Grapes make everything better, especially these magical
Muscat
Korean grapes.
Yeah, they're just okay.
This one was really good.
What was it? Give me one.
I think, so for me, none of the scenes in this book were very cringy, but I could see that other people might think they were, because they, one could say they were a bit disturbing, but I was into it. So yeah, I didn't care for their scene when there was all of them together at the end. This is the thing that was hard for me about this story. I really liked it. And then at the very end, Jericho rips her heart out. And then they do this ritual where he eats a piece of her heart and she eats a piece of his heart, and then they become bonded. It was hard for me to get into a sexy space about that part. The other ones I could get on board with, but I was like, this is quite extreme. At least I don't know if you got to that part.
I didn't. And now that you're telling me this, one of my childhood nightmares, reoccurring nightmares, there was a movie in the 80s, and I have no idea what it is, but there's a scene where he's being chased and he runs on this train and the monster reaches in and rips out his heart and eats it. And so I'm really glad I didn't read it. Maybe that's why my brain was like, don't do it, don't do it.
Mine is a gremlin coming out of a toilet and eating my butt.
Oh.
That was the image that horrified me, followed me through childhood.
Yep, same, but that wasn't a recurring nightmare, just once.
I still check toilets.
You're like, beep.
Gremlins.
I sort of thought that she was going to kill Jericho in the end, and then she was going to become queen of hell. So that's what I was hoping for. But then she married him after he ate her heart, and I was like, no, why? So that was my nitpick. Is I was really hoping that she and her little cadre were going to kill Jericho, because he's the one who's been fucking with them the whole time. He's the one who kidnapped her. He's been forcing Theron to be in this sort of abusive relationship. He's controlling Rye, and he's got it out for the Temesian Fox. I was like, guys, get together.
He's the problem.
Off him,
Yep.
and then you can have your little reverse harem without him. But then she married him. That was my. I couldn't quite figure that out. It didn't make any sense
Love
to
is
me.
complicated.
No, Jess. No.
It's not love.
I think the cat helped him. Pumpkin helped bring him.
No, Pumpkin
around
softened Rye. I don't think it softened
I
Jericho.
thought he liked Jericho too. No, Jericho liked the pumpkin. Jericho liked
Did
the cat
he?
as well.
I
Mhm.
don't. Well, whatever. That was my nitpick. Was why didn't they all kill Jericho and live happily ever after? That would have been awesome.
Okay, so there was a line that I want to talk about as a nipple flick here. Jericho at the very, like I said, the beginning, he's talking about her being strong. I'm a strong person, and he was like, which is why you need a man more powerful than you are, because holding up that front day in and day out is exhausting, and all you want is relief and release. And then he finishes with, it was only natural that your intuition immediately sensed I could provide that for you.
Okay, I see where you're coming from that one. I don't love. Don't love.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is basically him mansplaining to her how she needs him to protect her and support her and be strong for her. Yeah, I can see that's not, which is why she should have killed him in the end and reclaimed her power.
That's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
you, Jericho. Exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jericho.
Yeah, I'm taking Rye and Alessi and Theron, and we're going to and Pumpkin, we're going to have a good old time.
I think that part of what this book is about, though, is struggling with what you like and admitting what you like and letting that be okay without it meaning anything about you. She had a lot of realistic internal dialogue about that I definitely related to. And one of the lines perhaps wasn't a healthy relationship, but was it okay for it to be the one that spoke to me? Maybe we're all fucked up. Maybe that's what made me feel most alive. I don't know. I just think the realistic way she talked about, like, this is what I like and I want to be unapologetic about it, but I'm not supposed to and I'm not allowed to. There's something in that spoke to me so much that however that played out, it helped me like just accept it for her.
As one who is into daddy role play and getting fucked by corn by your stepbrother, I can relate to that. I totally get that. I think those things were kind of separate. Like I liked her internal dialogue. It's sort of the book she's sort of grappling with, fuck, I'm into this.
Yeah.
And
what's wrong with me? Maybe nothing.
Maybe nothing. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not. But that part about Jericho, him sort of being like, I'm the powerful man to save you. I don't love that.
I actually agree with you because I did think that her internal dialogue was giving you the out, right? As a reader, you could be like, okay, we've thought about it.
Without being apologetic about it. That's
it
what
was
I
just
liked
like,
too.
It was real thought.
Yes.
Yeah. Many of the other books we've read, like even very recently, we're missing that. And so in this book, I think that she did a great job of outlining that thought process. And maybe the only piece that I'm having is that all the men talked about her very interestingly.
Yes.
It was always she needed to be rescued. And the truth is she did in the book need guidance. But I think that's different than, I don't know, I haven't thought about this on a deep level at all. But I don't know. I think there was something weird about she's just like this fragile little butterfly.
I just don't equate needing support or help or having moments of weakness with being a fragile butterfly or...
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I was struggling with because all the people around her, so all of these men are like, oh, you delicate little flower who's going to get wrecked.
I guess I didn't see her as being a delicate flower or them seeing her as that. I saw her as being somebody, and she talked about this too. Like she was in tech, having to constantly be in this like masculine energy all of the time. And like, instead of getting to be who she is and like as nuanced as all the things as being a woman is, she felt like she had to constantly be more like manly and meet them with that kind of energy and being tired of that. And I thought that they all saw that in her. So not like they thought that she was delicate, but it was more like we see like how strong you are and how you have to keep this armor on you constantly. And maybe you don't have to. Maybe it's okay to be taken care of. It's okay to be feminine. It's okay not to have it all figured out, period.
I guess, and I didn't read the whole book, so I take this with a grain of salt.
I don't think the ending would have really rounded anything out for you from your perspective.
But I thought Alessi was the only one who actually let her be. He was like, well, I guess you could make that choice. I would have made a different choice. And I appreciated that. But I think even...
Alessi was also the only one comfortable with himself, too.
Yep. Theron and Rye and... Jericho is just like a master manipulator, but
different ways of looking at things.
Again, I don't want to harp on this point, but this is exactly why they should have killed Jericho in the end. All of them together. It would have been perfect.
I liked Jericho, so you keep living, buddy.
No way.
I like Jericho.
He's out of here.
Blah, blah.
King of the Devils no more. It's time to be dethroned.
Also, I want to go back to you saying the nail scene that you thought was hot. I didn't. I was like very Christ-like.
I did.
Oh no, it definitely was. I was very
vibes,
intrigued.
Sure.
Like I said, I was equal parts confused and titillated.
I think it was actually a really good plot motivator, though, if I like think about story in general, because the way their blood mixed and then the connection between those two people, I thought was really cool.
Okay, well, how about some lines that broke us? Because I thought this book was very fun. Yes. I highlighted tons of quotes when I was reading this. I thought it's fun, flirty, silly. I laughed. I enjoyed it. And it's fun to laugh while you're also getting, nailed.
Yeah, literally.
It's great.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And figuratively. I had, just me crushing it in the boardroom while letting the patriarchy dictate my kinks instead of looking for healthy, equal partnerships like the bad bitch I was.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fun.
There were so many great lines like that. And another one I did love is... The Bible probably frowned upon it, but the Bible frowned upon women's rights too. So I wasn't going to use that to dictate my kinks. If he could make me come, that was part of women's lib.
Yeah, I love that one too. I had a couple. One was paint me in your blood and cover me in your cum, butterfly. I was like, oh, okay.
You would be into that.
Hello.
What's one more trauma bond in a lifetime of chaos?
Yeah. Okay, this is the other one, but this is because this is personal to me. So Theron is talking about Sela. I can never say her name. I don't know what it was, but I think it's Sela, right? Is that how
I
it's supposed
have
to be?
no idea. I called
Whatever.
it Sella.
Either way, I called it also Sela.
Sella! Like Stella.
I got it.
For all of the younger people
Yeah.
listening.
So he says, it's not that I liked cute things or anything like that. It's also not that I was trying to imply internally or otherwise that I found her cute. But she was a spicy gumdrop of a person, and at least she kept me entertained. And I was like, spicy gumdrop of a person? I'm going to just claim this nickname for myself.
I think you should.
So it's
Yep.
perfect.
It
Anyway,
is perfect. Perfect
So
for you.
that was for me.
100%.
that was just for me.
Our spicy little gumdrop.
Exactly. We can find a place for that on my tombstone as well if we want.
You have too many.
I know.
I have one. You have two already. We're done.
I'm going to need a big
At least
headstone.
until I catch up. Okay, I'm going to tell you morally questionable things.
Okay. Yes. I love that. Do it.
Every time, like I talked to Ryan about this, like our cat passed away, which is really, really awful and sad. And I miss you, baby girl.
Sorry.
But I was like,
laugh about that.
Ryan, should we take some of her ashes and make a diamond pendant for me to wear?
Yes. So
Totally.
our
Was
cat
it like
just passed away recently too. And the
30,000?
same company that does, or the same woman that does the jizz jewelry, I was looking at her stuff because now I need jizz earrings of my own.
I'm modeling them in case you want to see.
And
Oh, you're wearing them?
Of course I'm wearing them.
also, don't
I had to
wanna
get in the
look at 'em.
spirit.
I have a great story to tell about those in a second too. But anyway, that same woman, if you could send her in ashes and she'll turn them into pendants. So that is what I'm going to do with our cat's
Oh,
ashes.
I love
Not
that.
mixed with Eric's cum because that would be weird. But, or maybe not. I don't know.
Don't rule it out, Jess.
I mean, I'm not.
We should change the name of our podcast. Questionable.
Well, I think it's time for a couple little smash or pass, fuck, marry, yeet situations. So my first one that I have for us is fuck, marry, yeet, and tribute. So in honor of this book. So who are you going to fuck? Who are you going to marry? Who are you going to yeet? And who are you going to send as tribute into the maze, into the labyrinth?
Oh, interesting.
So of course we have our four main squeezes. We got Jericho, Alessi, Rai, and Theron. Who's going where? Elisa?
Ooh, I'm going to marry...
I know you loved all Jericho, right? Just kidding.
No, I'm going to yeet him. Jericho's yeeted. I was going to say, I think I might marry Theron because he can give me good dreams if I needed to. But I'd fuck Alessi and then I'd send Sella to tribute.
Wait, that wasn't how you sent Stella as a tribute again.
Yep. Do it again, but by yourself.
I liked her. You get support, Sella. Stop it. I thought you did great.
What about you, Jess?
Oh, I'm going to marry Alessi.
Because
Oh, I just think he'd be really fun.
Mhm.
I did like him, although I like your reasoning with
Theron.
Theron and having good dreams. And Theron, underneath it all, was a sweetie pie. Theron and Alessi, they're a little Shane Ilya coded.
I thought
believe.
their love story was actually
Yeah.
really sweet. I
Mhm.
loved that they have this long love affair and they basically can't be together,
They
but that
are
Alessi has
Shane and
been
Ilya.
waiting for him all this time. I thought it was really sweet.
I love those two. I will say marry Alessi, fuck Ray, because we know how I feel about minotaurs.
True.
We'll eat. Oh, I want to send Jericho into the tribute so he knows
He's
what
the
it
tribute.
feels like.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
But I don't want. I want Theron to stick around too.
Well, somebody's got to be yeeted. Looks like it's going to have to be Theron. Sorry. Take your nails elsewhere, please.
Dreamweaver. Take your nails elsewhere.
Well, for sure, I'm going to marry Alessi because he was absolutely the best.
He was so true.
I'm going to fuck Rai because
Minotaurs.
he had a lot. I mean, it's not the Minotaur. I was into the piercings.
I was going to say
He's got the
edgy.
collar thing. He's edgy. I was kind of torn between marrying him and fucking him, but I think I'm going to fuck him.
Yeah.
And
seems
then
reasonable.
I'm gonna put Theron back in the maze. I'm gonna put him in the maze. I'm gonna send him as tribute because he already lives there, so he'll be fine. And he was kind of fine. And Jericho, I'm gonna eat him because fuck that guy,
Yep.
as we all know.
Yep.
My other. This isn't really, I don't know if we're going to call this a game, but there was a line in this book where they're talking about pickup lines. So the pickup line in the book is, it helps when those lips already provide all the sweetness you need. And Sella's response is, he doled out the best pickup line I'd heard in years. And I was like, that's the best pickup line you'd heard in years?
Yeah.
So that is my question to you. What's the best pickup line you've ever heard?
I've been married for 17 years and in a relationship for almost 19. I haven't heard a pickup line so long, I don't even know.
You haven't even heard one like out on the street? Out in the wild?
Don't hang out on the street, Lindsay. I am not of the street.
In a book? In a movie?
I'm not one of those people who retains that information.
yeah.
I wish I could, but I'm not a quote retainer.
Have you ever used a pickup line on someone?
No, ma'am. That's not true. Okay, so I flirted pretty heavily for cheese when I was in Wisconsin when I was younger. I was on tour and we had stopped at this like cheese shack in Wisconsin, and the guy behind the counter, I flirted my fucking face off. So it had something to do with cheese.
I think
am
I always
brave from
sound
Yeet.
slightly
Are
sexual
you
when I
this
talk about
Gouda
cheese.
in bed?
Is that aged 20 years or am I just smelling your lust? I don't know. What's happening?
That broke my brain. I have no follow on.
I think we should just spend as much time as possible thinking about cheese-related pickup lines. What a treat.
Yeah, not
I'd
that-
fall for them. You had me at cheese.
You could stop right there. You had me at cheese.
I'm in.
Well, can I tell you my favorite pickup line?
Please.
I sleep naked, so if you want a midnight snack, you don't even have to get out of bed.
Damn, Gina.
Right? That's my
That's
favorite
so
one.
good.
So anyway, I still use it.
How does Andrew react?
He's the king of like bad puns and dad jokes, so he's here for it.
Oh. But does he like, is he like, or, you know, he's like, okay.
Both. Oh, you. Okay.
Oh, you.
I am
Rip off
hungry.
the clothes.
Yeah. It's also kind of cheese related. It's about snacking.
It is. A little sneaky snack.
Mm-hmm.
Ew, now I'm thinking about vagina cheese, though.
Oh, fuck. Or dick cheese.
Well,
Schmagma.
Lindsay.
never gonna think about goat cheese the same again.
Ew.
Just saying.
Ew,
A little
ew.
ricotta.
Yeah. Have you guys ever encountered dick cheese?
No. Dick cheese?
Your face is telling
Tell
me a
me,
lot right now, Jess.
Yeah, it's breaking. Please tell me what it is so I can stop
You have no
pretending like
idea. Okay.
going through all the
So
imaginative.
if you're uncircumcised, you know, like there's the
Oh, yeah.
skin you pull down and there can be like
Mhm.
a little schmegma is the actual word for it. But
Schmorl.
looks like apparently like cottage cheese, but just little baby chunks of it. It smells really bad. I have never encountered this in the wild, so
Yummy.
Jess looks like she's gonna pass out.
Did you guys do any other half-cocked internet research for this book?
No, ma'am.
You know, I didn't, but just because it's been so long since we've met, there are two weird ass things that came up on my radar. One is, did you know that if you wake up with morning wood, it's a sign of having slept quite well? I heard this in one of the holiday movies I watched this year. I don't
And
remember.
you're using that as fact?
No, I Googled it, Elisa. I didn't just but I was like, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Is that true? Googled it. It is true.
Okay, but isn't it hormone related?
Is what hormone related?
Morning wood, since men typically have more testosterone in their system in the mornings.
Well, let me find that up. All I did was like, quick yes or no. Is this bullshit or not? When I did my Netflix.
I mean, I know Hallmark, has some really.
I thought it was like a REM sleep thing. Like it happens during
No,
like the REM cycle, which probably means you're
Does it?
getting deep sleep.
you're getting deep something.
Hopefully, if you're lucky.
Yes, waking up with morning wood is generally a strong sign of good physical health, healthy testosterone levels, and effective nerve and blood flow. Like exactly what Lindsay said, why it signifies. It's a REM sleep indicator. Morning erections occur during rapid eye movement, REM phase of sleep, suggesting you're achieving necessary deep restorative sleep. Erections are often triggered by peak morning testosterone levels. Consistent morning wood signifies the nerves and blood vessels in the genital area are functioning properly.
I mean, I do think that's just generally, if you're getting an erection, your nerves and blood vessels are functioning properly. Just any time of day, I would think, right?
Yes,
Because
and, and
required
your
for
heart is
action.
functioning fine, right? Like, because there's a lot of stuff with your heart. your
But I did think that
circulation.
was interesting. And
It's
then
interesting.
the other thing that I unfortunately Googled, have you heard of something called vabbing?
Vabbing, like with a V.
I only recently heard this while I was on the Tick of Talk. And it was a woman saying that she puts her fingers in her vagina and then
Sense herself.
scents herself
Uh-huh. Yes.
Wait, what does she scent herself? Oh, with her own scent?
vagina juices.
Vagina juices.
Oh, interesting.
Because she says that she had heard something probably also on the Tick of Talk saying that this would help her attract a man to her natural pheromones. That is a no. That there is no scientific evidence that's saying that this is a true thing. But
I just feel like that might be because no one has ever studied it. Do you know what I mean?
probably
She found it on Goop.
probably.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the first person to do a randomized controlled trial of vabbing?
Lindsay.
Me,
I nominate
definitely.
Lindsay.
100%. I kind of feel like that could be true because, your body does have a aroma, and you know how there's a different scent that your body makes after you've had sex. So I think
But you're mingled, right? So that's not
But I also have a scent by myself without the mingling.
yes.
So I feel like if I'm putting out the scent, someone might be like, "Ooh,
I haven't noticed
that's
that.
the smell of sex."
It's a sex scent, but not
Your own.
whether it's mine versus how would I be able to separate the two?
I don't even have a good sense of smell, and I smell it. So
I think
it
you have
must be
selective
really good
smelling.
because I only smell good things.
Yeah, I think I think you have selective smells.
I would love to read about that more in a book. That would be delightful. I did, though, in
you
this
just imagine
book.
just
I gotta re-up my perfume. Gotta re-up my pheromones.
I'm going to save so much money. I'm going to buy these expensive scents when I'm making the juice already. It's great.
You don't really need to attract a man either. So.
I'm going to do
just
it for
you.
I'm going to do it for my boo. He's going to love it. He's super into scents. He's a total creep. So,
Can you? Okay, no. I'm gonna
Andrew
go-
would really be into it.
I'm
He
gonna
would, I'm
go
telling
too
you.
far. So let's say you've stuck your fingers up your cooter and then you've wiped it all over your body.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say you did a little neck dab, right? A little booby clavicle area.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to start fooling around and they go to lick you, but it's not fresh vagina.
worn.
It's now 7-hour-old stinky crusty vagina that you wiped all
Vagina
over
that's
your
been let
body.
out in the sun.
And it's now mingled with your sweat.
Well,
And now
Lindsay,
you're
report
like,
back to us.
ooh, baby, let me lick your fucking neck. You know
Well-
what you should do? You should wipe it on Andrew and then see if you like him better.
like if I like the way he smells better with
Yep.
my smell on him, it's like I'm marking him. That's what
Yes.
animals do.
You could pee on him a little bit too if you're into that.
Okay, so speaking of which, I have to do. So I had a dream last night,
Oh.
and in my
About
dream,
golden showers?
kind of yes.
Oh.
So this is the only dream I remember. So in my dream, Andrew and I were talking to some neighbors who aren't real. Just in my dream, they were our neighbors, and they had caught us having sex in their backyard on their like cameras in their backyard. And in the dream, I was like trying to explain to them. I was like, well. It was very serious. I was like, well, you see, the thing is, well, we had to have sex outside, and then he had to put his cum on me, and then I got cold, and so then he had to pee on me to warm me up. I was like, explaining it. I was like after he came on me, then I was cold, and so I needed the urine to warm me up. So that's why he's like, it just makes it's understandable. There's really no way around it. We didn't have any other choice. So you can understand why we had to do this in your backyard. I was just like, you get it, right? So that was my dream.
Okay. You're both therapists. So I feel like we should have a session right now because I'm so interested.
I think she wants to have a golden shower.
To
and she's
keep you
trying to
warm.
talk herself into letting it be okay.
Oh, I'm already fine with it. So we're good.
Like
I don't need to,
like
I don't need to
outside of the
convince myself.
shower.
I mean, shower would be the only place that would be acceptable.
Well,
in
I
my
mean, I don't
world.
want to clean up urine on the. If I was
I know.
outside, maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't find like a golden shower like a particularly arousing to myself personally. I'm not like, oh, pee on me. But like if someone did pee on me, I don't think I really. I'm not against it.
I could definitively say that would be a deal breaker. Be like,
Can you imagine me like,
no, thank you.
I've had babies pee on me, and I feel like I don't think it would be any better if it was an adult.
Like I said, I'm not seeking it out.
Listen,
but
I'm
if
not
someone
yucking your
wants
yum,
to do
but-
it to me, I'm not against it. I'm not anti. That's what I should say. But
Would you
in
rather
my
be
dream,
peed on or do the peeing?
Do the peeing.
I don't think peeing on someone would really do it for me either. But
I
if
mean-
they wanted me to, I feel like my urine is very pleasant. So
And clean.
if anyone's out there interested,
Do not offer that, Lindsay, Conchita Maria, Elena Alonso. Absolutely not.
I mean, whatever. It's going to
it
make you
is
money. I'm
for
fine
sale,
with it.
is what I'm saying. It is for sale.
Shit, you can have some of mine too.
Yeah.
Why am I the
Send
moral
you some
compass in
pee.
this group? I don't understand how that's a thing.
Well, I think it's time for some Moans and Groans. We know how we felt. We know Elisa was not into it.
I wouldn't say it was like I was not into it. I just had a really hard time reading it. Okay, maybe I really wasn't into the beginning, so I'm going to take that back.
Contrary to everything I just said.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going to give my review first. Kimmy, 4 out of 5 stars. Finding her inner devil. Okay, so I almost have no words. My brain is still kind of processing the craziness and mayhem that I just read. I will say this. I felt like I was in another dimension watching a car crash while falling down a rabbit hole, and yet being okay with that because it was just that mesmerizing. Had to be some magic going on here.
I think Kimmy's right. I like JT 5 stars. What a ride, sweating emoji. Sweet niblets, I don't even know where to begin. I think this was a great read with spooky season coming up. The horror mixed with the spice was chef's kiss and had me sweating. There's some messed up poop emoji in this book that had me questioning my sanity because I was also somehow drip and melting emojis by it. I may need therapy, but can't say this enough. Check the TWs.
Yes.
I think
Hell yeah,
that's smart.
JT.
I didn't look any up, actually. I was too mesmerized by my own enjoyment of the book.
5 out of 5 stars.
5 stars.
That does bring us to our one-handed review. What's our chili pepper? What's our moisture? What do we think?
I mean, chili pepper,
pepper's-
I would say I'm going to give it 5.
I would give it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
I think
think
it's pretty spicy.
we
4.5.
could. We'll meet in the middle with a 4.5 chili peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
And what about our moisture? What's our moisture meter?
I'll give it a 3.5.
1.
The minister of moisture was not moist.
I was not moist.
She needed a lot of her personally branded lube for this one.
My vabbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I think that's pretty good. I had some rereadables.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't excessive, but I'd go back. Jess, what's on our nightstand for next time?
Buckle up because we are going back to the pandemic days with Alien Quarantine Rescue. We are heading to survive the Birona virus with this one.
Robin Lovett. Yes, Robin Lovett. This is one of our early book club reads, and I'm a fan. I love this story.
This was also BE before Elisa.
Oh, yes. Before Elisa joined
I will
the
be
book
reading
club.
this fresh.
What a
brand
treat.
spanking
If only
new.
I could go back to the first time I read Alien Quarantine Rescue.
I didn't
What a
finish
delight.
it the first time, so we
Oh.
will see if I can finish it this time.
Well, you guys are in for a treat. So
excited.
tune in next time. Buckle up into your spaceship, friends.
Beam me up, Scotty. Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Well, that's it for this week's horny adventure. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did, and don't forget to send us your unhinged recommendations for reads. Just slide into our DMs on Instagram and give us your smutty suggestions. Or for more information, past episodes, and all the juicy details, visit our website at betweenthefoldspodcast.com. And until next time, we'll see you between the folds.
Welcome to the club. Pull up a seat between the folds where the kings all meet. Welcome to the club. Let's slip right through between the folds where literature is blue.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed are our own and do not reflect those of the authors, publishers, or any affiliated parties. We are not affiliated with or endorsed by any of the authors, publishers, or products mentioned. Yet. Listener discretion is advised due to adult themes, language, and content.